All right, Shalom. Giving all praise and glory and honor unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah Ba'ashem Rakak. Once again, of course, double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone that teaches is true. Peace, love, and blessings to the elect scattered abroad around the four corners of the earth, mainly in Babylon the Great, which is America that is going to be destroyed. Part 2 of the lesson, going into Jeremiah 31 and 22. I looked up the word to pass. It says to turn about, around, aside, or back, change direction, march or walk around, go partly around, encompass, to march, go about, and ultimately this is a prophecy that was going to be prophesied to the daughters of the nation of Israel, all right, the women of our nation, all right. So without further ado, go more, like I said, the brothers, channels that compelled me to do this video lesson is Stay in the Spirit 144 and GMS KC Prophets 3. All right. And these women, all right, that have that mind frame that I don't need a man and you want to do bad all by yourself. When this society collapses and all hell breaks loose, and that's the only reason why you women can boast the way that you boast and talk the shit that you can talk, because this society protects you. And that's ultimately was designed first and foremost through the spirit and power Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, through the devil Esau. All right, putting that stigma and that enmity against man and woman. All right, even though the curses was already put upon us, but he made it 10 times worse, man. Okay. And like I said, both videos are very edifying, especially the one GMS KC Prophets 3, because it went into how the woman, meanwhile, this man was in the military. And that's another thing, too. The man was in the military. He was taking care of this damn bitch and, so on and so forth. And she wanted to commit adultery on him. And she said that compelled her not to cheat on her man, even though she's probably lying, because it done got so bad in this society, man. You can't trust no fucking body, especially the woman that you lay down next to. Just ask Alazar once again. All right. And also another topic of the news is Xavier Worthy. All right. And the bitch got mad at him because he wanted to leave her for cheating on him. Meanwhile, this nigga is a NFL receiver. So at the end of the day, man, you look up with a woman, get the box, keep it pushing, man. These bitches ain't shit. Like I say, this nigga is a millionaire, a couple thousand, and she decided to cheat on him. And I'm pretty sure it was with a bum ass nigga on the from the block or from a hood or something like that. And a lot of women do that type of stuff, love the bad boy stigma, because ultimately they want to rule over that individual, because they see an opportunity. Even though he a bad boy, he can treat me like a princess, So that was that. Get Micah. Get the hell out of the way. Says Micah 7:5, trust ye not in a friend, put ye not your confidence in a guide, keep the doors of thy mouth from her that lieth in thy bosom. Going into your woman, man. All right, all that pillow talking and, as they like to say, they want a man to express themselves. That's just a trap. They're going to use that shit against you. I'm telling you, in the court of law, they're going to use that shit against you. So like I said, I done been there, done that. You know, I learned my lesson. Shit, bitch, for all you know, I'm a whole ghost out here. I'm a whole spirit that doesn't even exist. I'm here one minute, gone next minute. You know? You got to real life be like Clark Clint out here and don't tell these bitches all your secrets and shit. Cause they will turn on you. All right, remember Lot's wife? You know? And then, like I say, man, you could tell these women they ain't trustworthy, they ain't amount to shit. But they still are women though. You know? Lord gonna clean all this shit up. Soon to come. Abarat Desire, how about Shem Yahushua? Verse 6, for the son dishonor the father, and the daughter rise up against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. A man's enemy are the men of his own house. All right, and that's gonna happen in future times. You know, people, you know, in your household gonna become enemies unto you. They're gonna distance themselves away from you because you have made a tremendous change, being a new creature in Lord Yahushua Hamashiach. All right. It says, God is the source of salvation and light. Verse 7, therefore I will look unto the Lord Yahweh. I will wait for the power of my salvation. My power will hear me. Rejoice not against me, O my enemies. When I fall, I shall arise. When I sit in darkness, the Lord Yahweh shall be a light unto me. What's up, bro? Verse 9, I will bear the indignation of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, because I have sinned against him, until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me. He will bring me forth to the light, and I will behold his righteousness. And ultimately, man, we have to bear the indignation no matter what we go through in life, whether it be of a woman, you know, the hour of temptation, you know, our family members discontinuing us, you know, being an outcast, a black sheep. All right, it's all worth for the sake of Yahweh Shah Mashiach, forsaking this world and really truly being a servant of the Lord and being amongst the brotherhood as well. All right, building that bond of true followers of who the word ignorantly calls God and Jesus Christ, Yahweh Yahweh Shah. All right, and that's what it ultimately boils down to, the elect. But the Lord is only going to come back and redeem his elect, even though you do have some elect women that's going to be redeemed. But guess what? The only reason why you're going to be redeemed, you know, because ultimately the Lord did chose you, but the Lord chose you to be a mother. You know, the Lord chose you to bring in the children for the elect. All right, for the elect men that's going to be, you know, delivered in that time. That's why the scriptures say 7 women should take hold of 1 man. All right, and that's going to happen on this side. Hey, how you doing? All right. So let me go to verse 10. Then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua thy power? My eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden as a mire of the streets. And ultimately, as judgment, the Lord is going to implement judgment upon individuals that talk, you know, trash first and foremost against the words and prophecies of the Lord Yahweh Yahweh Shai, but also towards his men, who the Lord deeply cares about. All right, the prophets. Amos 3:7, he revealed his secrets unto the servants of prophets. So he cares about us, praying that we are the prophets coming back. 1 Corinthians 14:32. But nonetheless, you know, majority of our people, which mainly consist of women, you know, they scoff and scorn against us. All right, against the prophecies. All right, you can read 1 Peter 3 and 4. All right, and everybody have that mind frame, man. But like I said, speaking to you women, because you men, like I said, you gonna catch all you tough guys, man, want to be tough guys, and the ones holier than thou, the Lord gonna see y'all too, Hey, we're gonna always remain humble through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, because we know that we are worthy of death, and we're not worth or worthy of this truth, but the Lord has found grace and mercy in our souls, praying that we be chosen for salvation. Ezekiel 9, verse 4, and the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And the others he said in my hearing, go ye after through the city and smite. Let not your eye spare, neither have ye pity. And verse 4 is going into the elect. That's going to have that thywab, or the mark, exempt from judgments. And that's consists of men, women, and children. Because the Lord is not going to completely or utterly destroy the house of Jacob, but for the elect's sake, for the remnant's sake, there should be salvation. All right, and ultimately prophecies, man. Still off a little grub or whatever. Verse 6, slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women. All right, and it says both maids and little children slay, and it says women. So that means young women, older women, both male and female children. The Lord is going to slaughter for the ones that don't have the mark. And the reason it's going to be like that, because at the end of the day, everybody is an old ancient soul that lived previous past lives. And if you're not exempt or under the grace of your sins being, blotted out, the Lord is going to destroy you. And listening to the Elder Yashawamba video lesson yesterday, at the end of the day, these the same individuals that said, let his blood be upon us and our children. So throughout generations of time, those same children have to be punished because of what they did to Lord Yahweh Shai. All right, their forefathers and foremothers and so on and so forth. All right. So that day is coming. So you women, man, it's gonna be a terrible, dreadful day. It's Isaiah 32 and 1. Behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment. All right, the ultimate king is Lord Yahweh Shai, along with King David and the rest of the elect, going to be ruling in righteousness. Verse 2, and a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a drying place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. And that weary land, that dry place, symbolizes America. All right, because they do not practice the laws of the Bible, even though they said it's just a God-fearing country, and their principles are off of the Bible. Hey, how you doing? All right. Hey, how you doing, man?
Put it in Maxwell, go and get you.
Yeah, yes, sir. Take care now. Jake. But like I said, man, the Lord is gonna put, Lord will put us to fame in the land we was put to shame, man, roughly paraphrasing. That's why it's important for the hopeful elect, or to be the hopeful elect, especially a man of the elect, because the Lord is going to esteem his prophets, all right, his servants. Let's get one more precept and I'm going to close out. I'm going to reach the plantation, sadly. It is what it is. Isaiah 13:12. I'll go to verse 11. And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease. And I will lay the haughtiness of the terrible. Ultimately, that is Esau, Edom. But these women, hey, they could be put in this category. Very proud and arrogant, you know, wanton, undisciplined, you know. Verse 12, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than a golden wedge of Ophir, because the Lord is only dealing with his elect. And in that time and in that day, the Lord is going to, you know, unleash the elect through the spirit, the spiritual powers, and the protection and the covering from the Almighty Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. So until next time, I'm going to close out. Kahalayim La, Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, B'Shem Rakak Wadash. Until next time, I say shalom, peace, love, and blessings to the elect, scattered abroad around the four corners of the earth. And once again, double honors to the elders and apostles. Great millstone. Shalom.